And if I drop off the broadcast, you guys are going to have to carry the show. Because
I'm only on for half an hour.
Well, you know, then you're going to have to live with the burden of the guilt.
It's alright, but I might jump back in again when I'm in work and you can have random people from Belfast talking.
Oh, awesome, awesome. There may be other people, because I put this link out live on my Facebook page. So.
And there he goes.
So James, what are you building today?
I'm not building anything. But I am vaping on the new Raphael.
So am I.
With
I'm on stainless steel mode with a cuboid.
Yeah. I'm using the Enigma Wildcat.
It's going to work out
How
good.
are you getting on there, Darrell?
All right. You're holding down the fort when I pop offline. I'm having technical issues, which should be solved within the next couple of days, unfortunately. But in the meantime, I will be bouncing in and out of this broadcast, and James Scullion
No, he's not.
is going to do the build for us tonight. And Paul is going to vape very loudly into his microphone.
Absolutely, as always.
Thank you.
I don't actually vape into my microphone. It just sounds like it. The microphone is like...
a mile down the road, Paul.
I vape in your general direction.
Anyway, I'm on the Mazers in the Raphael. Mazers
Nice.
Illusion.
Nice. You were asking me about the Raphael and pulling out the spitback swivel thing. Yeah, I pulled that out of 2 of my tanks, and I kind of like it without it.
Really?
The flavor is much better without that. Yeah, it worked. It was pretty easy to pull it out once I figured out what I was doing right and wrong. I just popped it out by tapping. I put a screwdriver going from the inside of the tank side out to the top, and I tapped it just like a couple of taps with a screwdriver, like holding a screwdriver up against it and taking another one and tapping it, and it popped right out. Very simply. The flavor is much better without that thing in there, and really there wasn't much of a problem with spitback anyway. Like,
No.
do you have a problem with spitback? I don't think it's... See, they were like trying to solve a problem that wasn't really
There.
a general problem. I don't know. What is it? Sometimes people get it in their head, these manufacturers think they have to solve a problem about vaping that we've all gotten used to, spitback. Like, you have a drip, you use a dripper, you're getting spitback in your mouth anyway, so it's not a problem.
Not that you don't, I'm just saying, like...
It's doing my head in that people are trying to pit it against the crown whenever it's not out to replace the crown. It's a completely different setup.
Yeah, absolutely. But, you know, people do that because they like to compare things that they think are similar.
Yeah.
It's meant to compete. We can't say this enough. It's meant to compete with the Smoke TFE4 and other big tanks like that. The RBA on the Raphael is meant to compete with, like, the Cloud, what is that company? Here it is. Vapor's Cloud has this 25 millimeter big ass RTA tank. That's awesome.
James has it.
The VCMT.
That's the 30mm one. She is ginormous. And Darrell has gone. So, Dan, what are you vaping on today, mate?
2 things. Got the RDA with Vape Royale Strawberry Shortcake. I'm trying to get the top cap off at the moment. And Creus with Enigma Custard.
Nice one.
Tried that custard the other day. It's nice, like.
One of the best custards I've tried. In my opinion, I ain't really tried a lot of them, but definitely one of the best ones, and definitely one I keep buying.
You want to get your hands on Mazer's vanilla custard? It's
That's
fucking
nice.
awesome.
That is very nice.
So welcome back, Darrell, to your show.
Thank you, thank you.
At the moment, there's 2 of you still.
Yeah. I don't know, the other one will flop off sooner or later. We'll see if we can line up the whole bottom. It'll look like Agario, the video game. So I may not be able to pull it off technically to do a build because I keep breaking it, you know, in and out of this thing, but we could certainly talk about vaping. Hey, let's do this because I did a review the other day on a like 20 to 50 watt tank, and then I had some comments on there like, why are you reviewing that little small tiny piece of crap? And it's not a piece of crap. It's an awesome tank. The flavor in it is incredible. But I had people asking me like, why are you bothering to review something that's only 25 to 50 watts? And what do you guys think about that?
I think that I think it's honestly a good idea to be bringing out tanks like that there for the likes of people that are beginners, and also maybe someone that's wanting to step up from something like an Eagle Pen or something like that there. Like,
Or
so
even
it's
flavour.
it's crucial
At
to
the end
have things like that in the vaping.
But at the end of the day, reviewers like us should be reviewing things like that, because vaping's not all about sitting between 80 and 150 watts and blowing big, massive fucking clouds. It's about getting off cigarettes and enjoying what you do. So if you enjoy vaping at 20 watts and doing mouth to lung, well then us at reviewers should review them products for people like you.
That's right.
No, I mean, we shouldn't feel that we should just review things that we like. It's not about just what we like to vape on. It's about getting the word out for people to see what's out there.
Great point. And it's kind of like by the time me or anybody else who's doing YouTube vape reviews gets seasoned enough to have some credibility and get a channel going and be talking and be listened to, okay, yeah. At this point, a year and a half later into vaping, I'm not vaping on stuff like this normally. I'm using much bigger equipment. So does that mean I forget about 80% of people vaping? I don't know what the percentage is, but most people vaping are buying stuff that's less than 60 watts. So
Believe it or not, the majority of people that vape are still on the fucking starter pens. There's only like, I think it was worked out, it's only like 15 or 10% of the vapers community in the world vapes like this.
I still have one of these.
You know what I
Don't
mean?
use it
It's
personally, but still got it there. And that's this isn't one I started on. This one, the tank's actually my dad's, and the battery is actually my mum's. But I was using it while I was at work, because I wanted the tank small just to carry around and stuff like that. But I changed from that to I haven't actually got it, yeah, I have got it here. I went on to this one, which is just basically exactly the same as an Ego stick, but it's a 0.5 ohm coil. And that's just something nice and small, has good flavour. I get what I need from it, and when I'm at work, it's easy to use.
that's all you need. That's all you need.
You don't need anything more than that, to be totally honest.
Anything more than that is just personal preference, hobbyist stuff, and
Yeah, he's gone again.
I mean, that's whenever I reviewed the mini Volt from Council Vapor. That's why I used the 3 setups on it to show what way it can be used.
But
It can be used for people just starting, and then it can be used for sub-ohmers and drippers. You know what I mean? Vaping's not just us; it's people just getting off cigarettes as well.
Yeah.
People keep forgetting that.
The main point I use drippers and rebuildables isn't because of the fact of I want clouds and stuff like that. It isn't that. It's the way I came onto it was because when I was building coils and stuff like that, I'd always take my mind off other things. So I'd focus on building coils, and it would like relieve stress and stuff like that. I use it for anxiety and stuff like that, like actually building the coils and stuff like that, having fun with it, trying different other builds, trying different wires, trying different cottons. Or stuff like that. It's just it's a fun thing for me to do, and it just gets my mind off everything else. I actually be able to concentrate on something else. And the reason why I use mechanical mods and drippers is because I like the flavour, and it's still very, very small to use. It's pretty much exactly the same size as an Ego still.
Vaping is about what you like to do.
Yeah,
It's all
so
your preference.
You know what I mean?
everyone has different preferences.
He's froze again.
Yeah.
He's back in now.
Oh, we're back.
I'm back. And maybe it's my webcam that's fucking up. I really don't know.
Good work, man. Doesn't blame his tools, dog.
You're opening the can of worms to yourself there.
Why is that? Well, hey, rather than scrap the show you guys were on, I figured I'd hit record, see what happens. This is what happens when we go live.
This is it.
You know, there's always subject to weird stuff in the world. Anyway. But
What is it to say? What is it to say? Don't work with kids, animals, and people from Larne.
Oh!
Oh boy. Yeah, I was trying to get like funny cat videos to go viral, and but I couldn't arrange to have any funny cats today, so I'm gonna have to talk about vaping instead. Fucking silly little kittens on YouTube get millions of views.
Yes.
All right, so we addressed the vaping is about not smoking. Anybody who does it as a hobby, you know, that's great. It's not. People are just as likely to pick up smoking for whatever reason. So why not have something that's less harmful? But yeah, I try and review stuff. I should do a review on the Aspire Nautilus. You know what? I owned 4 of them back a year and a half ago. And I don't know why I never did a review. I wasn't reviewing stuff back then. By the time I started reviewing, I wasn't using a Nautilus. But every vape shop still sells them. Every vape shop I go into, I can't tell you how many times I'm sitting there and somebody comes in at least once or twice. I don't know.
I gave my old Nautilus to my dad to help give up smoking. That's what I did. I did a review on it when I first got it. That was when I was starting vaping, and I was just doing reviews just to get like the word out and everything like you were saying. But yeah, the Nautilus is, I would still say, it's one of the best beginner tanks out there for anyone. It's a really, really good tank.
What is it? Before the T18 and the T22 came out, most vape shops were basically saying the newies to use, say, the iStick 30 with the mini Nautilus.
Yeah.
As their starter setup.
It's the best tank, I would say, for starters. I would still say that today.
Yeah.
Well, look at you.
Still talking about the Nautilus?
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just saying there before Anakin brought out the T18 and the T22, most vape shops would say to newbies to use, say, an iStick 30 with the mini Nautilus as their starting setup.
And Daryl's froze again.
Just keeps freezing.
That's good. Like,
How are you getting on with your simple mod, James?
I like it. So I do. For a hybrid mod, obviously battery protection and stuff is crucial in that sort of element. But
He had
I think it's quite effective. Like,
120. Well,
Have you got down to 0.1 yet?
no, I'm 0.12 or something, 0.14 maybe. On it, Twisted Messes at the minute on it, like, and it's running okay. Like, there's good enough production off it for me personally. Like,
like
What do you think of that mod, Robert?
what are they
That's
comparing
good.
to avocado to right now?
really angry, very angry.
Yep.
No, because this
Oh, yeah.
is top.
That's what I got in this. 0.14. Dual 2.5 mil, dual 7 wraps, Chaos Wire, 22 gauge. That's what I got in the crib.
You want to see the drop tip?
Yeah, I was actually seeing Daryl use a mod Robert, made me get the mod Robert.
Oh yeah?
And I then I gave some to James there the other day.
How do you like it?
It's angry.
It is angry.
It is named correctly. It is a mod Robert.
That shit is really angry. It's. I really don't know the consistency of it, other than I'm pretty sure it's mostly stainless steel.
It has to be, because sure, you seen that video I sent you last night. The stainless steel does work. It did back down. The cotton got dried and it backed down with it, like so.
Well, Daryl, if you like Mad Rabbit, you want to try and get some Royal Wires.
Oh, I've had that stuff.
Royal Wire, that's really good.
Yeah, it's pretty good. Low resistance. I never knew that Royal Wire. Is that stainless steel?
I believe it's a form of it's mixed. It's very similar to Chaos Wire, but it's lower resistance. I'm pretty sure it's like either like stainless steel and nichrome like mixed up or something like that. Someone told me it was Ni90, but I don't believe it's nichrome 90. I don't really know any other wire that's nichrome 90, but It's really good wire. Like normally I do a dual 5 wrap 22 gauge nichrome build, which is 0.12, but with the Royal wires it was like 0.08 or something, 0.06. So it has to have like something like nichrome or stainless steel in it.
Yeah.
And he's back.
I'm back, and this must be annoying as fuck. But, hey, you guys are doing great on your show. Thanks for having me on. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, man. Anytime. Anytime you're free to jump on. All right.
I just might do that a couple of times here. So yeah, the Mad Rabbit's good shit. I'm enjoying that. What else do you guys like using for wire?
Flat wire.
Flat wire.
Flat wire is stainless steel, but now they do have got Ni80 flat on the go at the minute. Also flap them wire too, and they are pretty angry wires, to be honest with you.
No, I understand what you're saying. I'm confused.
Cool.
I still enjoy keeping it simple and just using 24 gauge compost.
We're all gonna end up, as long as we all end up pulled together.
I can't use the cam phone no more after using nichrome.
Everyone's like,
Look what I got set up right here. This is the remember that Scylla tank from Freemax?
Yes, that's right.
That's that stacked RBA. Gonna vape that, see how it goes right now.
425?
Interesting. It's an interesting tank.
Yeah.
I wasn't
What wire?
crazy. What's
What
that?
wire have you got on it?
The stock coils that came with it, it looks like 24 gauge Canthol. I didn't do anything special. It comes pre-built. I'm gonna vape that before I get fancy. Let's see how the tank performs with their RBA first. And this is. We'll see. I didn't rebuild the Rafael yet, but I did re-wick it. And I took out the first coil that came with the RBA, and I took the cotton out and I put the coil back in, installed it, tightened it in there, and pulsed it. Like I rinsed it and then I pulsed it clean, and then I re-wicked it. That was fun. So you could do that. So you don't get rid of that. If you're using the RBA on that Rafael tank, don't get rid of it.
Yeah, I'm going to bring it into work tonight and play with it.
The coil's still good. It's just gunked up. That's all. It took me about 10 days for it to start losing flavor, and then it was just a bunch of gunk.
I'm still on the stock coil that I used last week when I first opened it. I just purged it the other day, and it's still going like so.
That's funny. Yeah, I had a coil, the stock coil, the 0.2 lasted me 10 days. I still wasn't done with it. I took it out because I wanted to try the 0.5, and I got impatient. And but that 0.2 still around, still good. I could probably put that back in and get another week out of it if I wanted. Who knows?
Yeah.
And the 0.5 was pretty good. Same thing. I vaped on that for about a week and a half, and then I pulled that out, put a new. I got a bunch of coils, so far so good. I like it. I'm glad you guys are enjoying those. You had a contest there to give one away, right?
Yeah, it's being posted out tomorrow morning.
Awesome.
And then Dan's running the one on the Vapors Network. I think it's being announced tonight.
Yeah, it's been announced between 8 and 9 o'clock.
Oh, fantastic. Dan, this Dan right here?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Cool, man. All right. That's cool. Wow. I haven't even bounced. I should knock on wood right now. Haven't bounced offline yet.
See, you just jinxed yourself, man.
I just jinxed myself. But it's all right. It's all right, because I'm a guest on your show, so.
Well, I've got to get going, so
I'm leaving the show shortly, so.
I've got
You not myself either, the two.
I'm just gonna start hosting other YouTubers on my channel that want to have a show. I'll start it off and then leave, and then you have your own show. Look, there's 38 viewers, 37, 35.
Hey.
Anyway, I'll see you guys later on. I've got to get going anyway.
Losing.
All right, Tom.
Nice talking to you, though.
Take it easy, man. Thanks for popping on.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Anyway.
What have you been up to this week, then, Darrell?
Which weekend? This past weekend?
Yeah.
I was up to absolutely nothing. It was freaking freezing. It was like 2 degrees all weekend, so I actually did not leave the house. Like that?
Did you spoil a wife on Sunday?
Yep. Yep, absolutely. And my daughters, you know.
Right.
I got 3 daughters, so I got a lot of Valentine in my life. Yeah, it was fun. It was freaking cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see the need to go outside when it's that cold. All right, so I whipped this up. Isn't so much a build workshop day, but the Scylla tank looks. I hope this RBA works nice. I didn't do anything special. I just kind of did the bow tie wick, cut it a little bit longer, and then just shoved it down in there.
Yeah.
It's not leaking, so.
So far, so good.
So far, so good. The other question is, did I pack too much cotton in there?
You'll soon find out.
And barrels cut out. There is another way of wicking that there. So there is like you line the juice holes up with the coils, and then you actually feed the cotton through the juice hole through the coil, and then trim it on each side and tuck it in nicely. So then it's actually sitting on the juice holes themselves.
Yeah.
A lot of airflow.
Not packed out then.
Pretty good so far.
Yeah.
James, I caught the tail end of that. What were you saying? You're supposed to wick it like go straight.
There's another way of doing it that you can put the cotton, line the juice wells holes up with the coils and actually feed it through the juice hole and through the coil.
So it would stick out into, so the wick would stick out into the tank?
Just a little bit.
Interesting. Interesting. I didn't do it that way, but next time I wick it, I'm going to try that. So far, so good. I mean, and I'm using an 80-20 pretty high VG, maybe 70-30, but it's a max VG juice.
Yep.
That's at 38 watts.
Nice.
I like the RBA on this, man. This is really nice. I wasn't hysterically fond of the ceramic. It's okay. The flavor's good. There's nothing specifically negative about ceramic with this coil particularly. I'm so leery of it. That's all.
Yep.
Totally unfounded. No, I didn't have any negative experience. I want to see what this stuff is like after a couple of weeks of vaping. Is it really safe? I guess I'll only know if I vape on it and keep going.
Yeah.
I don't really.
Our job is to do things you're not actually supposed to do to test the limits.
No, but that's not my job.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know. No, I do draw the line at being a guinea pig for fucking testing equipment because there's a price for that. It's called my lung tissue. So.
Well,
yeah.
I was just curious about that mod rabbit to see if it would work in stainless steel mode on.
Oh.
It does.
That's not a big risk right there. Experimenting with different types. Yeah.
Yeah. That shop I brought James to the other day, it opened up. It was good. Like they're claiming to be the biggest shop now in the UK.
Oh yeah.
1,200 square feet.
That's a big size shop.
Yeah.
That's not tremendous.
It's big for over here.
Okay.
Because most shops that you go into in the UK, they're little pokey places. Like there is some that are big, nice, big things, but I don't think they would actually nearly stock as much premium wise as what
Yeah.
shop does.
You know, that'll change as maturity of the industry and the area grows.
Yeah.
We're starting to see some shops open up now that are like, one of them looks like a nightclub. I mean, it's gorgeous. Like, they sunk several $100,000 into it. Several $100,000 into the shop. It's huge. But I mean, it's not, all that stuff is not necessary. But it's nice.
Yeah.
Sort of swings and roundabouts in the UK at the moment. I mean, a good lot of shops are closing down because of this TPD thing, and then you've got other ones like the Ciggy shop, they're expanding. So it's...
So when do those new laws come into effect?
starts in May.
It starts in May, but we're in the grandfather clause, which will take us through. We're allowed to bring new products into the UK until November, which is the cut-off point. And then in May 2017 is the actual date that it will come underway fully, that will be implemented completely. Don't ask me what exactly that means, like, but from what I'm gathering personally is that like RDAs and stuff like that there will be banned. You won't be able to get them anymore. You'll be allowed a 2 mil tank, and it has to be basically a top fill method because it has to be completely sealed and leak proof. Is that what you get from it, Paul?
Yeah.
All right, this is getting painful. I apologize. I really do. I keep bouncing out of here. I mean, if you guys don't mind, I don't mind. If you want to keep going.
No,
Yeah, I've got about another 10 minutes left, and then I need to bounce.
I apologize, everybody. I don't even dare try and bring up another screen or open another window because every time I mess around with something, it bounces me out. Oh well. The point of this show is supposed to be a live coil build so that less experienced folks can watch building going on and talking about technically like building RBAs, RTAs, and RDAs. Sorry. I can't really do that right now. So I guess we could talk a little bit more about these regulations. Can you, are you able to expand for folks who are watching this that don't know what happened in the UK and how that limits vaping?
It's basically the EU government, the European government, set out the TPD to basically crack down on vaping and tobacco products and stuff like that.
TPD
So
stands for what?
Tobacco Products Directive.
Okay.
Basically, you're being limited to a 2 mil tank. RDAs, you're not going to be able to buy them anymore because everything has to be sealed. So it does. So top fill, you're not allowed, bottom fill won't exist anymore. Things like that.
So it's supposed to be like closed systems that you buy that are already pre-filled? That's
more or less, yeah.
Yeah. You actually see that some companies have actually already got themselves sorted to that there. I think, is it Kanger that I've seen that they actually have, like you see on some of their boxes it says 2 mil tank. So it seems to be that some companies are actually starting to prepare themselves for that. But hopefully it'll work. And there is a few snags that you could get in and out of, like, but we'll have to see.
Wow. And that's just for sale in the UK?
Europe?
Yeah. Europe, actually, yeah.
Europe, oh, so it's, wow. Hey, we're shortly to follow thereafter if we don't do something about it.
Yeah.
What's the name of that big, I think it's a juice company or a vape company in the UK that put up a big fight?
Totally wicked.
Totally wicked?
Yeah.
Yeah, they took it to court and stuff, like, but it didn't work for them. To be honest, it wasn't really anything. Maybe a publicity stunt, I don't know.
I think UK is going to be okay for a while because the Prime Minister and all is for vaping. So I think they're going to drag their heels as much as possible before everything is implemented.
I
So,
think we're one of the last places in Europe to actually just start to implement,
yeah.
in Europe wise, like.
That's why whenever I go to Mallorca in June, I'm just going to play dumb until somebody says something. Just bring something that covers everything.
I wonder how they'll treat you at the airport just trying to get into the country with
Yeah,
that stuff.
yeah.
Well, I'm going to get a wee Kanger subvolt for
Yeah.
travel, and everything else, like so the RX and all, will be going into the suitcase that the missus checks on. So I'll have like a 10 ml bottle of juice in my carry-on bag with a Kanger subvolt or something.
Gotcha. Sorry, I'm messing with something right now.
I think that in Italy wise, I think Italy's completely banned now. I think
Yeah.
you can't vape in Italy whatsoever. Nearly, it's come to that stage.
You can't vape? Like, I can't see them saying, hey, you stop that. You're not allowed to do that.
That's what I kind of thought from it, but like, it actually seems that way that it is. Like, you don't see anybody ever vaping in Italy, apparently.
Wow. But it's okay to still smoke over there, right?
Seems to be that way.
All right, good. That's a relief. I just want to know if I go to Italy, I can at least still smoke.
I know it's weird the way they're doing it. Like they're clapping down on vaping, but they're not clapping down on cigarettes. Like,
So what's that tell you?
I know.
Well, they're all greedy, like. But the whole whenever TBD was started to be implemented in the UK, it started off with cigarettes. That cigarettes cannot be seen. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They're all behind closed doors in the UK. So you walk into a newsagent, you can't directly see the cigarettes.
Is that right?
Yeah, there's like a shutter down over the cigarettes, so you don't actually know what they're selling. You have to go in and ask for your brand and hope they've got it.
Gotcha. And that's even the display inside the shop?
Yep.
Yeah.
So that they're not constantly in the face of like kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or okay.
Which is fair enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, because they used to literally put all the signs at like waist height for adults,
Yeah.
which is eye level for kids, which is not trying to recruit current smokers are already smokers. They don't need to advertise to those people. They're trying to implant it in the brains of the growing crop of smokers, which is insidious if you think about it.
Yeah.
What kind of fucked up industry would do that to kids? But, all right.
Yeah.
No, and we get bashed for it. All right. Hey, I apologize for all of this bullshit. Why don't we wrap this up and cut it short, because I don't know when I'm going to bounce next, and we'll call this a failed episode. I'm sorry, but the good news is the RBA on this Scylla tank is really kick-ass, and the stock coils with the ceramic, not bad. That's probably one of the most beast mode RBAs I've seen yet.
Nice.
Anyway, thanks for joining me on here. Sorry, guys, you're not mad at me for wrapping this up, cutting it short,
No.
are you?
No.
Hey, it's your show. We're just along for the ride, man.
All right. Wait, before I do that, let's see real quick if I can't pull up the chat and say hello to everybody in there, or if this thing will boot me off while I do that. Yeah. No. So I have a new laptop on order. It'll be here in a couple of days. Hopefully by this time next week I won't be experiencing these challenges. Oh wow. Now there's 41 viewers. I don't. I threatened when I threatened to go off air.
And he's off air.
How's it going? So, hello to everybody in chat. What is the crack?
Can you see the chat there, James?
I can. Tony Hectic, Jonathan Valencia, Vinny C, Darrell Dave Griff, Becca Bear. How's it going, folks?
Thanks, James.
Yeah.
It has the noise in the background over here. You want to see what that is?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy over here chose this exact moment, decides to make some claptons. Thanks.
Very considerate of him.
He's fucking with me. It's the love I get over here. There's still 40 people watching. All right, anyway, take it easy, guys. I'll see you soon.
Super nuts, sir.
Alright, man.